Hello, students. Today we are going to see some more interesting and important questions from M.S. Chauhan sir's Organic Chemistry and the Level 1 Isomers and the question from 51 to 60. Come on, let us discuss. The first question tells about what are the correct designation for the structure given below. They have given that structure. Now we have to find out EE, that options have given EE and ZE and EZ, and no geometrical isomers are possible. See, in this question, we have to find out E and Z configuration. The same idea, just I'm bringing back to you. CIP rule tells about E and Z configuration. Already you know about RS configuration, how to identify through CIP rule. And the same way, those great persons, three persons have given this rule also. CIP rule tells about that how to identify E and Z configuration. The rule tells about what are those rules. E and Z configuration can be found in alkene only. So alkene C double bond C here. You see C double bond C. You can find in that only. Alkene only. And priority. How to identify that priority? Priority is directly proportional to that atomic number. So atomic number higher, the priority goes to that first. Priority, it is lower, that atomic number is lower, so priority will be lower in that place. So priority is directly proportional to atomic number and first atom bonded with GI center. So this is a GI center, so geometrical isomer center, that is what they are mentioning about. And next one, how to prioritize. Now the same priority is on opposite side. How to identify opposite side? Now C double bond C. Now one atom, it is A, priority higher, and the same way other atom priority A. So both are AA, means same higher priority. So same higher priority is there on opposite side. That is E configuration. Right? Got it? Now, and the same way, same priority is on same side. Now, for example, C double bond C. Now here A and then this side also A. So same side, both are same side, so that is Z configuration. That is what they are mentioning. Opposite side means E configuration and the same side means Z configuration. That's all. Suppose if that question comes, if first atoms are same, then second and third atoms to be considered. Okay, now to assign the priority, that's all. Suppose in the class, same name, same signature, same initial also, if they are together, means how to identify the second letter. The same way here also, the first atoms are same. Now we have to consider that second and third atoms to be considered to assign the priority. That is what it has mentioned. I hope you got the clarity about these rules. Come on, let us find out which is the correct configuration of this compound. Now Cl attached with the cyclohexane and a double bond, here triple bond, here COOH. Okay, double bond it is there. Yes, double bond is there, means what it is? Gi it is there. So this is Gi. So this is Gi, which is connected with here triple bond, here COOH acetic acid. Whereas here you have to check both the side, right? Now here, see, here also one CH2 it is there, here also one CH2 it is there. And the other one, this also one CH2 it is there, and here also. That means there is no difference in that. Here triple bond is there, yes. And acidic group it is available. So yes, we can identify. Whereas from here, suppose we are giving that priority higher means, and we have to see this side also, no higher or lower, but both are in the same categories. So there is no difference in that left side. There is no difference. There is no different. That means we cannot find any Gi over here. So that means here double bond it is there, alkene it is fine. So E and Z we cannot assign. Why? Because in this left hand side there is no difference priority. It has to be higher or lower, it has to be there, right? But we cannot identify here CH2, here also CH2, here also CH2, here also CH2. That means there is no difference. One side it is there, the other side nothing is available. So there is no E, neither Z. So no geometrical isomers are possible. D is the correct option. I hope you got the clarity how to identify that GI, E and Z configuration. GI is there, yes, double bond it is there, but next to that atom, it has to be different. Right now, for example, here C double bond C, here A and here B means here A and here B. So that means what configuration it is available? Here Z configuration is available. How do we identify it's a Z configuration? Same side, same priority is there on same side. So that means Z configuration. Suppose here this side, the same side here, here A and here A. Suppose if it is there means opposite side, that is E configuration. I hope you got the clarity about these points what I mentioned. These two are very very important to note down. Same side and opposite side, that is what E and Z configuration. I hope you got the clarity about this first question and what is the answer. Come on, let us go to the second question. Which of the following molecules are chiral? Chiral means, you know very well, four different atoms or group which is attached with that chiral carbon, and POS, COS will be absent non-superimposable mirror image. It can rotate PPL, plane polarized light. Now, they have given that molecule, five molecules they have given, in that which are all belongs to that chiral molecule. Let us check. So in that first compound here, what it is, four carbons. In that second carbon connected with OH which is above the plane, and third carbon which is connected with OH below the plane. Now how do we identify whether it is a chiral or not? Now let us check with that Fisherman's projection formula. Now in that way here, just I put it like this. So this is the second, this is the first carbon, and this is the second carbon, third carbon, fourth carbon. So I just put it like this: above the plane OH and below the plane hydrogen. Right? This is above the plane OH, below the plane hydrogen. And the same way, this is below the plane OH and above the plane hydrogen. Right? This is the way. Right? Now, in this, how to identify, another one more point I just bring it to you. So in this here, Newman's projection. So Newman's projection, how do we go for it? Circle and dot. No, circle it is a back carbon, dot it is a front carbon. So front carbon like this, I just put it, back carbon it is a circle. Now front carbon, what it is, OH, H and CH3. So this is OH and H, and this is CH3. So this is front carbon, this is front carbon, and this is back carbon, right? So back carbon, I change the color. Here what it is, top CH3, and down here what it is, hydrogen, and here OH. So this OH and this OH, it is like what it is, COS, center of symmetry. COS is present. So COS is present means what it is here, meso. First compound, it's a meso. Meso means what it is, the main point you have to identify. It's a achiral. Achiral molecule. So achiral molecule means what it is. Here the main point here, COS is present. So in that first compound, this is what it is, achiral molecule. This is achiral. So that means this is not chiral. So this is achiral. Now the second one, let us check the second one. So second one, what it is telling about. So this is also, let us go for that first one, Fisherman's projection, then second one Newman's projection, in that way. So this also, just we put it in this way. Here what it is, like this. Now here you just check it both the side, carbon which is connected with that above the plane only. So above the planes, now you just check it. This is above the plane, and it below the plane hydrogen, above the plane OH. And the same way, this is what it is. Above the plane OH, and below the plane hydrogen. Now let us go for the Newman's projection formula. How do we draw that Newman's projection formula? Front carbon and back carbon. So this is back carbon and front carbon. It is a dot, right? So here just OH, H, and here down it is CH3. See, this is down CH3, right? Okay, the other one what it is? I'll change the color. So here this is also now this side and this side, and here also CH3 on the top, but OH where it is? It is above the plane. OH is here and H is here. Now how do we identify? See both, see that means here just the anti-form, that means it is like repulsion will be minimum, it is just to the opposite side. So that means it is a chiral. See both are, it is there in that aside. So this is actually what it is, a chiral. No, it is a chiral molecule. So POS COS is absent. POS COS is absent. So POS COS is absent means what it is? Chiral molecule, right? Now the second compound it is chiral. See, second compound it is chiral. Now third compound, here only we can identify the same idea only. Here also CH3 CH is the same. See, both are like same only, you can identify. CH3 CH3 OH OH and HH, the same thing only. So this is also what it is, chiral. Chiral molecules. There is no difference, both are similar only. Okay, now next one. Here what it is, in this compound, just we are going for that, we cut that whether it is symmetrical. From here it is symmetrical, but when you are coming to that edge, it is what it is, thickness is more. So that means it is like above the plane. And here what it is, CH3 it is there, but here there is no CH3, and that too what it is, below the plane it is there. So that means what is this? This is chiral. Is this chiral? It's a chiral. POS COS, absent or present? It's absent, right? See, there is no connectivity, both are different. So that means this is also chiral. Now we are coming to that fifth compound. So fifth compound, when we are coming, see the same thing, we just cut in the middle, because whether it is a symmetrical, it looks like symmetrical, but whether it is chiral or not, let us check. So in this compound pentagon, no, so this is thickness is more. So thickness is more, just it is a flipping way. And that side, that means this is above the plane and that is below the plane. And here double bond it is there, it is top, double bond it is there. Now you just uh, go towards like rotating like this way. So that means what it is coming to that normal way, it is coming like this is actually flipping way. Now normal way when it is coming, no, so here you will get what it is, POS is present, because it is like what is it, achiral molecule. When you turn this side, no, you are getting straight form. So that means CO is also present, and this is achiral. Right. So fifth compound it is achiral, and first compound it is achiral. And which are all chiral molecule? That is second, third, and fourth. So that means a second, third, fourth. So option D is the correct option. I hope you got the clarity about all this. How do we identify that following chiral molecule and achiral molecule? I hope you got that idea. Come on, let's go to the next question. One, which one of the following isomeric structure has lowest energy? So we have to identify which is lowest energy. For that, directly we cannot go and identify lowest energy for this compound unless we can go for the flipping method. That means, well, turning, rotating in that chair position, easily we can identify lowest energy. So lowest energy has more stable, that is lowest energy, very less energy, more stable in that way. Okay, now the compound A, B, C, D, E. So here, first thing, it is above the plane and below the plane, and then here both the side above the plane, and here one it is above the plane, one it is below the plane, and just to the opposite, above the plane only, just to the opposite, above the plane and below the plane. So in that chair position I just drawn already. Now we can identify axial and equatorial. So this is above the plane, no, aqueous, I mean axial, and then this is down the plane, that means below the plane, no. So this is equatorial, right? Got it. Now the second one here, axial. Second one, what it is, here it is axial and here it is equatorial. And the third one, this is axial and this is also axial only. Right. Now, fourth one, what it is? Fourth one, this is axial and this is equatorial. And fifth one, this is axial and this is also axial. Now we are coming to that point. See, axial, equatorial, for this when you are turning, but originally it will be changing. Now, for example, here A and E, that means axial and equatorial is there, no? So when it is coming to that normal, this position is coming to that normal, this point, right? So this is only, I just to bring it to that flipping way, no? When it goes to that normal, it comes like this, no? So this is 1 and this is 2 and this is 3. So that is what I just put it, 1, 2, 3, right? So now E can turn into E and A. Now actually, which is most stable? Equatorial position only most stable. So you have to find both the side equatorial. That means E and E you have to get. So first one, it will not be more stable. Now the second one, in that second one, A and E, that means one here, one and here two, no, so both the side A and E it is there. Now here E and A, so this also it will not be stable. Third one, see, both the side A it is there, A and A is there. When it is turning that E and E, yes, it is stable. Right, now let us check another one. E and A it is there. When it is turning, A and E will be available. And the last one, A and A, both the side A it is there, and it will turn into E and E. Now both, that means C compound also is having more stable and E compound also it is more stable. But which is most stable? Let us check. So this third one, it is, that means C compound C, it is stable. That means here I would like to bring it to another point. Here what it is, I just draw this structure for you. So this is chair form, no? So in this chair form, here it is A and here it is A. Now in that way speaking, here E, this is E, no, this side, this is E and this is also E. So when it is coming nearer to that, it is closer. Both the side it is closer. Whereas coming E, here also A, E, no. So that here, how do we find out the same idea? I just bring it to you. Here the position, it is not coming properly. So equatorial, right? So A just now, that is equatorial. Now you see 1, 2 and this side it is 3 and 4. Axial and axial, here equatorial and equatorial, 1, 2, 3, 4 or 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so Here now you just see both the side equatorial. C and D both are what it is, equatorial only, I agree. But which is more stable? It is very closer. That means repulsion will be more. Repulsion will be more. So here very far it is. So very far, how do we identify very far? So here you see this side, this end and that end. But here next to that only he. How do we get he over here? See here 1 and 2. That is what I just bring it. Now here what it is? D compound D, what it is? Here 1, 2, 3 and 4. So that means above the plane. So that is what E we got it. A, so E, we got it. So E, how do I brought it? Now in that way. I hope you got it. This is very far. So there is not much repulsion. It's very far. So it will not be much repulsion. So this will be lowest energy and the most stable. So which is the correct, what it is, option E is the correct option, which is um, less energy and more stable. So less energy and more stable. So C, E is the correct option. Option A is the correct option. I hope you got the clarity. So first chair position I brought it, and then in the chair position C and E, this third form and E, fifth form are similar. We got it. In that which is highest energy, we got it. I hope you got the clarity. Come on, let's go to the next question. Very simple. The following compounds are identical with respect to. So here cyclopentane with that CH3 attached and Cl attached, that is above the plane, and the same way here cyclopentane which is attached CH3 above the plane and the Cl below the plane. So in that which is identical, molecular composition, boiling point, melting point and IUPAC name. So in this I just bring it to your notice. So identical, how do we identify? Here it is actually above the plane both the side. Here one is above the plane, the other one it is below the plane. So we can say it is a cis compound and this is a trans compound, right? So cis and trans totally will be vary. Boiling point, melting point, both will be vary. Even what it is, IUPAC name also it will be changing while naming that cis and trans, definitely it will be mentioning. So that means this also not a correct option, and this also it's not a correct option, and third option also, that means a D option also, it's not correct option. Molecular composition, what is it? Molecular composition, molecular formula, see same CH3 Cl, here CH3 Cl, only above the plane below the plane it is changing, but molecular formula will be same, right? Molecular formula will be same means identical. So with respect to that, identical with respect to molecular composition, so that is the correct option. I hope you got the clarity about this question. Come on, let's go to the next question. The next question also, it's very simple. Among the following most stable isomer, most stable isomer, you know very well, equatorial comes means that is most stable, right? Okay, now how do we identify? You know very well, equatorial axial, you know very well. Now this is equatorial and this is also downwards, right? This is equatorial, right? Upwards it's axial. And the second one, this is equatorial and this is axial. And third one, this is equatorial and this is upwards axial, right? Now fourth one, this is axial, upwards, right? Axial, and this is also upwards axial. So here now which is most stable? Equatorial position comes only most stable, I just mentioned. Now let us check which is most stable. E and E actually come, just we can say that according to this equatorial this is only stable, but here you see here option D, you just check it. Option D here what it is. So in this is actually what it is, O, me it is there. And the second one, this side upside words, no, so this is oh is there. So oh and o, what it is there here? Intramolecular hydrogen bonding. So this is actually what it is: intramolecular hydrogen bonding. So intramolecular hydrogen bonding is very strong bond, like brother and sister relationship, very strong bond in that way. So which is more stable? Actually speaking, equatorial only it is more stable. Yeah, I agree. But hydrogen bond, it is intramolecular hydrogen bonding, it is more stable than anything else, right? So option D is the correct option. I hope you got the clarity. Come on, let's go to the next question. Come on, let us discuss another question. The most stable conformation of the following compound: cyclohexane, which is attached with the above the plane methyl group, the second below the plane methyl group, and the third one T-butyl. Okay, the position it is one I just mentioned here, two, 3 and 4. So fourth position, T-butyl group, which is attached. Okay, usually which is more stable? That is what they are asking. So T-butyl group, which is attached with the equatorial, that will be more stable. And the second one here, just this is like chair form, no, just upwards and downwards when we rotate. So axial, equatorial, equatorial, axial, axial, equatorial, equatorial, axial, axial, equatorial, equatorial, axial. I just draw for you to identify, to remember. Just rotate. Imagine and rotate, so you will get that idea. Now, in that option A, B, C, D, in that what I mentioned, T-butyl group, which is attached with equatorial. Now, this is equatorial. This point. It is equatorial. No, A group also equatorial only. B group, B compound also equatorial only. C compound also equatorial, and D compound also equatorial only. It is positioned, it is not a matter. Now the next group where it is attached, that we have to check it. Now in that first compound, this is equatorial, right? And then second one, this is also equatorial and equatorial are one upon the other. See, 1 2 3 4, right? 1 2 3 and 4, yes, it is correct only position. But 1 2, this equatorial both got what it is, a repulsion. Because it is closer, no, so repulsion, so this will not be the correct option. And the same way, this is axial and this is equatorial. So this is equatorial, no, you just check it with this so that you will come to the. So one it is axial, the other one it is equatorial. This also will not be stable. Now, this is axial and this is axial. So, one it is above axial, one this side it is below axial. So, this will not be more repulsion. So, but here and here, axial and equatorial will not be stable. Equatorial, it is stable, but it is very too closer. So, definitely repulsion will be taking place. Repulsion will be taking place, so this will not be. Now third one, axial above and here also axial, so this will not be taking that repulsion, so this will be stable. Now come on, last let us check this one. Now this is equatorial, this is axial, so one it is axial, the other one it is equatorial. This also will not be stable, so this compound C, it is stable. How do we identify it is stable? Now, axial and this is equatorial, and this is stable. Why I'm saying this is more stable? Because axial will not taking place. The repulsion will not be taking place much, and equatorial position it is more strong. Okay, that means it is more stable conformation. I hope you got the clarity now this point, and please note down See, first right hand side upwards, axial, equatorial, equatorial, axial, like alternative position. Chair confirmation, you just draw axial, equatorial, equatorial, axial, axial, equatorial, equatorial, axial, axial, equatorial. You remember in that, so easily you can identify this type of questions. I hope you got the clarity. Come on, let's go to the next question. Which of the following molecule have non-zero dipole moments? Dipole moments mu is equal to 0. So non-zero dipole moment mu is not equal to 0. You have to identify with these options. Gauge conformation of 1,2-dibromoethane. This is 1,2-dibromoethane molecular formula. Anti-conformation of 1,2-dibromoethane and cis and trans. Trans 1,4-dibromocyclohexane, cis 1,4-dibromocyclohexane and tetrabromoethane and 1,1-dibromocyclohexane. Come on, let us discuss. It's really logical way thinking only, so I just bring it to that for structural formula. This is front carbon and back carbon, CH2Br, CH2Br, 1,2-dibromoethane, right? So front carbon and back carbon. So this is Gauge conformation. First one it is Gauge conformation. Gauge conformation. The second one it is anti-conformation, right? So Gauge conformation one which is nearer to that. So here that dipole moments, no. So the dipole moments, first thing it goes upwards, right? And then second thing, here it goes the sideways. So that means mu is not equal to 0. So the first one, dipole moment non-zero, yes, exactly. So the mu is not equal to 0. And second one, anti-conformation 1,2-dibromo ethane, right? So one upwards, that mu dipole moment goes upwards. The second one, when it comes down, so this is comes downwards. See, now front carbon, back carbon, front carbon, black color I've given, back carbon, red color. So easily you can identify. So opposite side, so this is mu is equal to 0. So this is 0. This is not non-zero. And the third one, this is trans conformation. So third one, what it is? Trans 1,4-dibromo cyclohexane. So this is going upwards. This is above the plane and this is below the plane. So one is going upwards, the other one it is going downwards. Dipole moment, right? So dipole moment means like this only. So this is mu is equal to, this is trans, right? I just put it trans here. So this is trans and this is cis. Okay, so one is going upwards and the other one it is going downwards. So naturally mu is equal to 0. Third one, mu is equal to 0. And next one, here what it is, both are going upwards. See here, cis formation, both are going upwards. So both are going upwards means mu is equal to 0. No, it is not equal to 0. So that means fourth one, it is non-zero dipole moment. And fifth one what they are giving, what, tetrabromoethane, right? So tetrabromoethane, one it is going upwards, the other one it is going downwards, like what it is say here, above the plane and below the plane. So above the plane, well, going, this is what it is, above the plane and this is below the plane. So that means this is what it is, mu equal to 0, right? And next one, see this also, see all that bromo only, no. So all the side it is going away from that only. So naturally, mu is equal to 0. And the next one, the last one, what it has mentioned, 1,1-dibromo cyclohexane movement which is going to crisscross in this way. So that means here, as it goes over here, this side one point and this side another point. So that means mu is not equal to 0. So mu is not equal to 0. That means non-zero dipole moment. That is what they are asking. No. So which are all non-zero dipole moment? I hope you got that clarity. So non-zero dipole moment. First one, it is non-zero dipole moment, and second, third, fourth one it is non-zero dipole moment, and the last one, sixth one, non-zero dipole moment. So first one, fourth one, and the sixth one, non-zero dipole moment. And the diagrams, I think you got that idea how to go for it. How this is really logical way thinking to identify that they have given that only wordings formula that you have to go for the structural way. It's really logical way thinking. Okay, come on. I hope you got that clarity. Come on, let's go to the next question. Really interesting. What is the maximum number of stereoisomers possible for discodermaloid? It is actually very, very important for the cancer patient. Anti-canceral property is there. This is actually a medicine compound structural formula. So discodermaloid, it is an anti-canceral property. It is available acting as a microtubule agent. Okay, in that what they are asking, stereoisomers, how many stereoisomers are possible? So this is actually, how do we identify? This is total number of stereoisomers. It is 2 to the power of n. So in this way, it is actually, it is an unsymmetrical compound. Symmetrical compound, that is different formula. This is unsymmetrical compound, no? So naturally, easily we can identify. So first and foremost, geometrical isomers, it has to be present. So geometrical isomers, that means double bond. How many double bonds are available here? One, 2 and 3. Three double bonds are there. So that means 3 plus. And how many chiral centers are there? So these are all not what it is, geometrical isomer. Geometrical isomers which is connected with carbon CH double bond CH in that way only. So C double bond O which will not consider, right? Okay, now come to this point. So 3 plus. How many chiral centers are available? So that means here 1, 2, 3. Chiral center means you know very well, carbon connected with different in 4 different groups or atoms. So in that way, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is 12. So totally 15 is there. So how many isomers are possible? 2 to the power of 15 isomers are possible. In that option, option B is the correct option, 2 to the power of 15. I hope you got the clarity. So total number of isomers, it is 2 to the power of n. Why do we go for this formula? Because it is unsymmetrical compound. Unsymmetrical compound, finding that formula, it is stereoisomers, it is 2 to the power of n. And geometrical isomers, double bond, how many double bonds are there? There are 3 double bonds are there, 1, 2, 3. And we no need to consider for C double bond O. And then extra what it is, 3 plus 12 chiral centers are available in that way, 2 to the power of 15 it is available. I hope you got the clarity about this question. Come on, let's go to the next question. A really logical way. An aqueous solution containing a compound A and B shows optical activity. That means a chiral carbon or chiral compound. A and B are stereoisomers. Yes, of course. Which of the following possibilities cannot be correct? That means which is not correct. Okay, non-correct statement you have to identify. So not correct statement, optically active. So optically active means it has to be a chiral. And COS will be absent. And non-superimposable mirror image, this is non-superimposable impossible mirror image, and can rotate PPL. Okay, these are all for optically active. Optically inactive. So this is optically inactive. So optically inactive means it is a chiral. And next POS, COS will be present. And meso will be available. Next one, it is superimposable mirror image. Superimposable mirror image. So these are all possible, and it cannot rotate PPL. Yes, fine. Come on, let's go and check which is the correct option. And achiral means it will be a symmetrical compound. Symmetry will be available, but here symmetry will not be available. Why? Because POS COS will be absent. So this is unsymmetrical will come in that point. Okay, now A has come on, let us check the option. A has two chiral centers, but B does not have any, because it has symmetry plane. It will not come optically active. So here only, the first option only, it is not correct. Why? Because two chiral center, it is there, yes, fine, but the other B does not have any chiral, because it has symmetry. That means it will not, because all these four are different, it has to be attached with that chiral carbon, that is only optically active. So which is not, this one, it is not correct statement. And the second one, A and B are enantiomers, definitely this is optically active. A and B are diastereomers, yes, that is also optically active. Diastereomers is what, spatial arrangement, one point it is fixed, the other one it is changed. So that means diastereomers also it is optically active. And the next one, A and B are not present in equal amounts, yes, it will not be equal, 50 is to 50 percentage or 50 percentage. It is not equal, because racemic mixture it is optically inactive. So enantiomers it is optically active, yes, this is also correct. So correct statement it is B, C, D, but in the question they are asking non-correct, that means which is not correct statement. See, which of the following is cannot be correct? A will not be the correct option. So that means the correct statement in this answer, A is the correct statement, which is not possible. I hope you got the clarity about these points: optically active, optically inactive. How do we identify? See what and all the way they are asking question. So these many questions makes us to get the confident in the concept. I hope you got the clarity. Come on, let us go to the last question. The next question, which of the following structure represents the lowest energy form of 1s, 2s, and 4 or trimethyl cyclohexane? They have given that options, which is chair confirmation. You have to identify which is lowest energy, and you have to identify RS configuration. 3-methyl cyclohexane. See, I just bring it here. 3-methyl. This is first carbon, and this is second carbon, and this is third carbon, and this is fourth carbon. So 3-methyl cyclohexane you have to identify. So in that, which is lowest energy, so lowest energy means that is more stable, right? More stable. So which is more stable, you know very well, equatorial, and equatorial will be more stable. And three points are available, so equatorial and axial, that is also added to that. So that means now here I just bring it to here, 1 2 3 4. So here what it is, this is the first carbon, right? So this is the first one, and this is 2 3 and 4. See, in that dash and wedge position, in that dash and wedge position, fourth priority should be dash. If not, bring it to dash. Even number of interchanges move from 1 to 2, 2 to 3. So 1 to 2, 2 to 3, clockwise means or, and anti-clockwise means yes. So this is actually what it is here, anti-clockwise. So anti-clockwise is yes. So one yes only it is coming. And the second one, I'm not going for this chair confirmation. I'm bringing this only. After that, we will go and go for that one. Okay, now this is second carbon. Second carbon, this is one. So that means 2 over here, 3 and 4. So that means 4 over here, 4. So that means a dash position it has to be, because that is the lowest priority. So in that way, interchanges takes place. So interchanges takes place means naturally what it is, anti-clockwise. So anti-clockwise means I just put it here clockwise, interchanges takes place anti-clockwise. So the second carbon also to yes only. So this is first carbon 1s and second carbon 2, yes. And third, fourth carbon here what it is, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. So automatically it is a clockwise only it is rotating. So clockwise means or, clockwise means or, and anti-clockwise means yes. Now in that Equatorial and axial. That way, if it comes, means definitely that will be more stable. I just bring it here for that RS confirmation. Now here, equatorial, this is equatorial, right? And this is also equatorial, right? And this is axial. So equatorial and equatorial axial. So E, this is 1, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 3 and 4. So E and A. Yes, let us check another one. This is equatorial, this is equatorial. I just bring it that picture also. Previous question we have checked to know. This is axial, equatorial, axial, equatorial, and equatorial, axial. I just bring it this picture for you. So this is equatorial, and this is opposite side equatorial and axial. This will not be more stable. Why? Because equatorial and axial, it will be considered as more stable, nearer to that, and axial also, which is present. Okay, now next one. Here this is equatorial, and this is also equatorial, and this is also 3. Equatorial will not be more stable, and this is equatorial, and this is what it is, upwards axial, and this here upwards here. Right now I just bring it to you. Here what it is, equatorial. See this one, this upwards, no, this is equatorial, this is equatorial. So equatorial axial. So equatorial axial, which is nearer. Yes, this actually speaking here, which is more stable, nearer to that RS configuration. So in that RS configuration, 1, 2, 3, 4. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this won't be the correct option. Option A is the correct option. E and A. Equatorial, and axial. Or else here, axial, equatorial, it is coming. But here, equatorial, axial. That will be the more stable. Okay, you just check with this picture so that it will be easy to remember. Okay, so remember this point. Um, I hope you got the clarity about these questions, and thank you for watching.